Hey guys, welcome back. As always, my name is Laser, and we already got some Yareli buffs. I don't think she's been out 24 hours, but we already have a couple of improvements to her kit. It's almost like Digital Extremes had this one in the pipeline, so let's jump right into it and see the actual buffs. As per the usual, you will have a link to the information source in the description down below. This one comes courtesy of DE Megan. Let's start off with a passive, double critical chance amount from 100% to 200%. Now don't get me wrong, my friends, the amount of critical chance you get for your secondary weapons is huge. Even 100% was great. 200% is even more awesome, but the problem is it's the secondary weapons, and even after the so-called ranged buff, secondary weapons simply don't pack that big of a punch. Let's review the passive. Yareli gains 200% critical chance for secondary weapons when she has been moving for at least a second and a half. Let's move on to the next buff, her one ability, which from my point of view is still her best ability, and it just got better. Sea Snares increases the number of sea snares created per ability cast to 5. You can still have a maximum of 15 at once, so you basically got free cast, and the damage has been changed to cold. Honestly, I didn't even feel they actually did damage before, and it was impact type. Sea snares deal damage over time to enemies caught within. We've upped the damage increase from 80 to 125. I reiterate, this may have just been me, but honestly, I didn't feel these things actually did damage. Moving on to Aqua Blades, double the base damage from 250 to 500, increases the duration to 30 seconds. Here's the thing with Aqua Blades. Aqua Blades apply a whole lot of slash really quickly, which is absolutely fantastic. I love that. If you had some viral to throw in there, that would be awesome. The problem with Aqua Blaze is not necessarily the damage per se, is the fact that you can't really do anything with range mods. You can't increase the range, you can't make it a bit more, well, actually AoE. So we're gonna test the damage to see if it actually matters or not. The final buff, wait, there's two more. Riptide. Riptide is awesome. I love the way it looks, but unfortunately it really didn't carry that big of a punch. Change damage type to cold, just like they did for her one ability. So essentially, we got even more crowd control out of Yareli through her sea snares and through Riptide as well. Double the damage scaling per enemy caught with Riptide from 25 to 50%. Now, the more enemies you catch in Riptide, the more damage it will do, and this effect has been increased severely. Hopefully, it will actually deal damage. We're gonna test on the same corrupted heavy goons as we did yesterday, just so you guys have an exact baseline to see what did the buffs actually do. Reduced impulse on enemies after Riptide explodes, so they don't get thrown as far away. Now this is fantastic from a functionality perspective, simply because you can go Riptide into Riptide into Riptide a whole lot more easier if the enemies are inflamed so far away. The bad part, and this one is definitely subjective and not objective, unfortunately it's simply not as spectacular and cool looking. So let's give Yareli a try. We have the same 258% power strength as we did yesterday, and let's check out the buffs, my friends. Keep in mind that we do test on corrupted heavy goons level 120, because these are some actual beef targets, and let's see what the abilities can do. Let's go with Aqua Blade. Yep, it feels mostly the same as yesterday, because again, the damage is not the concern. What you need on these here targets to quickly take them out right now is something like a prep. For example, if you walk up to a group of targets and you prep them with something like a little bit of vital, for example, you can use Yareli's secondary weapon to apply a whole lot of vital really quick, and then you walk in with Aqua Blaze, then you're just gonna simply tear house. Allow me to demonstrate how that would work. So get yourself your compressor. By the way, build guide coming soon for that one. Prep them with a couple of bubbles. Just shoot for the feet. Again, more details in the guide. And then you walk in and you apply a whole lot of slashes to your target. Something like that. If you also can ride on Marolina just to get the damage mitigation, and you should be all good. It's a significant buff, yes, but when it comes to heavily armored targets, it's not really gonna matter all that much, unless of course you've got something to apply vital with. And that's pretty much it for Aqua Blades. What else is there to test? Well, we gotta try out and see how her ultimate works now. Hopefully it will actually scratch the corrupted heavy goons. If you remember yesterday, it basically did 400 to 500 damage to all of them. Let's see, it should deal double. And it does! Deal exactly double! 1000 something. Unfortunately, 1000 something is still not gonna be enough to damage heavily armored targets such as these. But when it comes to Corpus, when it comes to Infested, this will definitely hurt a whole lot more. And you have the crowd control aspect to it. Not only do you fling them up into the air, but you also have that cold status proc effect, which will be slowing down your targets. Hold the phone on that additional crowd control because it deals cold damage. Something escaped me. While it may deal cold damage, as you can see, it does not apply the cold status effect, which means no additional crowd control. What about her one ability? Her one ability, again, we're putting up enemies into the air, really nice and efficient. And it may deal cold damage, and you do have that damage over time component, which is, I guess, is visible now, but you still don't have a cold status proc. No cold status proc, no additional crowd control to slow down your enemies. And I do believe, my friends, that's pretty much it for the Yareli boss. What do you guys think? Was it enough? Did they do enough to actually make this Warframe a bit more interesting? Unfortunately, Yareli didn't really get the best of receptions, and I'm basing this comment on your comments on my videos and in general the reception I saw she got in live streams, including my own. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think about Yareli? Are you interested now or still not really? As always, my name has been Leyzar. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, favorite, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. If you got any sorts of feedback for me, by all means, my friends, drop it in the comment section down below. Also in the comment section down below, if you got any suggestions for content. Now, in all honesty, I can't exactly promise you that it'll be done by next time or even within a week, because sometimes these things can take a while to make. But what I can promise you is that I will be reading through each and every comment. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!